Hello and welcome, dear Gnostic Takeover community. And we're back with a video again on the original Gnostic Takeover YouTube channel, which was banned for 2 weeks. Can you imagine? And it's really the war has escalated the last couple of weeks. It really has escalated, and it's sort of like you can see the macrocosm in the alternative media, and if you have any nerves in obviously the mainstream media, but who still watches that, is I don't know what to tell you. However, we can see that there is a World War scenario with glycations to be manufactured by the reality manufacturers. This is what I talked about yesterday also in the meditation. Okay, this is the difference between manufacture reality and manifest reality. Very key distinction. So on the global geopolitical sphere right now, we have the engineering of a World War III scenario by the dark side of the force, who specialize in manufacturing reality with your consent. That's how the whole game works. The entire game works on the manufacturing of consent. That's why Edward Bernays, one of the major figures of the 20th century. This is really important work. If you want to understand the world as it is right now, go and read Bernays, because the sort of young leaders, okay, there's also this global organization, Young Leaders Global, or however it's called. They most certainly, when they study political sciences, wanting to become politicians anywhere across the world, they study Bernays propaganda. Or there's also the book from Gustave Le Bon, which is mass psychological programming. It's mass psychosis, it's mass psychology. And The Psychology of the Masses was the book from Gustave Le Bon. And his books was called The Engineering of Consent. The Engineering of Consent. And through consent, and there's many different ways of how to get your consent, they can manufacture reality for you listening here. This is why it's so important to be aware how the enemies of life operate. That's why know the enemy, and then you know the self. You really have to know the enemy. Otherwise you stand no chance of making any difference. So that's where the New Age movement comes in and says, oh, don't be negative. Why do you study Satanism? Why do you study black magic? Why do you study occultism, the black arts, the dark occult? Why do you look into it? Because you need to know the enemy and how the enemy's mindset is, and what their biggest secrets are in order to have a stratagem to win. Because only he who dares wins. Only he who dares. This is also the title of this video. The enemies of life want to manufacture reality because they can't do it. That's why they invest all of their resources in psychological warfare. That's why the media is like it is, the mainstream media, and that's why the alternative media is a copy of the mainstream, where everyone thinks, oh, look how stupid the masses are. Look how stupid the people still believing in the mainstream media. Oh, look at me. I know what's going on because I know that the West is funding ISIS in Syria and other terror organizations. I know that the West is doing that. And we've got Russia on the other side and Putin, and they want, and this and that, people informed by an alternative media. People who watch Max Egan, people who watch David Icke, people who watch Alex Jones, or whoever it is. To all of those, I would say the following. It's a quote, a great quote from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, because he was a German. And what he said is very, very important in that regard. None than those who falsely believe they are free. And for the people only informing themselves the whole time by the alternative media and then thinking, oh, I know what's going on, and all the masses, they're so stupid and they still have to wake up, when it's actually them that need to wake up to the mind control programming that they're being put under through the alternative media, controlled opposition. The controlled opposition machinery of the alternative media. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we talk about here at the Gnostic Takeover. That's a war zone. We've hardly got anyone speaking about this, because hardly anyone has expanded their perception to the level where they can see that the alternative media is being used for hypnosis and hypnotizing people to create the reality that the enemies of life want. And the name of the game is the manufacturing of reality. They manufacture reality for you. With your hidden way of consenting to that imposed reality. And that hidden consent is, for example, to wake up every day and informing yourself about what's going on in the world. Just a second. Because Liz is listening on the other side. So I know this myself. I've been in that loop for a very, very long time, especially because I've been an investigative journalist ever since I informed myself through alternative sources. So I'm coming from a place where I've been there. I had that experiences for many years, which is why I can speak true wisdom on the prison that is alternative media sources. It's a war zone, ladies and gentlemen. And thank goodness, thank the source that the Gnostic Takeover exists. Because I, as one of the founding members of the Gnostic Takeover, I myself am so happy that the Gnostic Takeover exists as an idea. I don't own that idea. I'm a conduit. I am an antenna. I am being puppeteered by the source, by Earth, to create the Gnostic takeover and say, guys, we really have to wake up now from all the mental prisons that there are. And boys, the alternative media a mental prison of gigantic proportions. So have you noticed the pattern inside you? You have to be honest with yourself. First, fail-safe mechanism in true awakening. True awakening. True awakening means I'm still awakening. I would say I'm still awakening too. Big time. I wouldn't say I'm awake and look how stupid the masses are. You don't hear me say that, do you? Exactly. But you have to be honest with yourself. Do you get up in the morning or whenever you have time in your day and check the news and what's new? No, you're not getting away with this here. No, ask yourself. Do you check the news? What if I told you that you have no idea what is going on in the Ukraine right now? You may inform yourself a lot and you will know a whole lot more than me because I don't even bother finding out. You know why I don't bother anymore? I spent 4 years looking into Syria and Libya. So I'm not going back into that loop again. It leads you nowhere. I did learn a lot in those 4 years, don't get me wrong. I know about geopolitics and geostrategy. I needed to do the work I'm doing now. However, it's a loop. So do you check the news every day to see what's new, what's going on? Yeah. Whatever the news, it's a lie. Why? Because it has been manufactured for you to manufacture, manage, and control your reality from outside sources, which is everything that excludes you. Because you are the one and only truth. You have to embody the truth. When you speak, you have to speak in the name of the truth in order to be awake, to call yourself on the process of being awake. You have to realize that the only thing, the only key toward awakening and true freedom is the truth. The absolute truth that is independent of any perception of any being in the multiverse. That's the point of orientation, where it should be. The truth. And we have to embody that truth in order to be free. Okay? That is the goal. Not, oh, what's new in the world? What's the news today? Do you think it's changed? Sunshine? Do you think anything has ever changed listening to Max Egan? Do you think anything has ever changed listening to Mark Passio? Do you think anything has ever changed when you listen to David Icke? Has anything ever changed to the better? Oh yeah, they can give you the hope rope to hang yourself. I don't do hope. It's about the only thing I'm at war with is hope. I really don't need hope. No. Because I know 'Cause I know. 'Cause I know. Then I don't need hope. I take the situation for what it is. And when the situation for what it is really incredible, like it was for me and Liz the last week, exhausted, like really down in the gutter, like really can't deal with this. Can't deal with this. It's too much. Oh. There's something inside my being that makes me continue. Because I take the situation for what it is. And slowly the momentum started to change because I accepted the situation for what it is. And today I created a massive action, which I'm going to speak about. And this is what changes reality. Not anything you're going to discover about the news. No. Intention, emotion, and action completes the Trinity. Yeah, principles. You have to live by principles, not knowledge. Knowledge is the result of principle. Principles are the building block you'll ever find out. Principles. From the root word princeps, meaning first and foremost, the most important that you have to know. So while reality is being manufactured for you by a multidimensional imposition of a force that's very deceptive and has many camouflages, and it is especially working through those you do not expect to, the ones who started the freedom movement, the ones who are established players in the freedom movement, in the truth movement. You have to question them. And that unleashes you. That unleashes you. And the shackles fall off and you realize that's why I installed agents in the freedom movement to prevent me from doing the job, because I am actually an agent of Earth. That's what they want to prevent. Ooh. The biggest danger. That's why I'm speaking to you, because everyone here in this community needs to hear that you have the biggest talent. Anyone you've ever watched, forget about them. You can take inspiration from anyone. I don't say that. I don't say anything against that. You have to take inspiration. However, you believe in yourself. Because chances are when you're listening to this transmission and you resonate with it, you're an agent of the planet. They do not want you to know how important you are. That's why I'm here also, to tell you this, because I'm tasked to do this. It's part of my work. And boy, did we have a week. Boy, did we have a week. So, which is because we are manifesting reality. Instead of the manufacturing of reality through alternative media sources, creating a World War III scenario where we're all, the underlying emotion of all of this is a learned helplessness. What the fuck am I going to do about the situation in Ukraine? Focus on yourself. Remember that you have to put your focus to that which you can actually control. Otherwise, your mindset is all over the place. That's why Gnosticism is all about intention. Focus. Where is your focus? Where is your aim? And it better be on manifesting reality. You have to manage reality. Take full charge, take full responsibility. And change reality, transform your reality. That's where all your focus, all your intention has to go. That's why I did the meditation that I did yesterday, and it was really powerful, wasn't it? Yeah, we're going to do that more often. Because we need to transform it. Away from manufactured reality. What is the news? Oh, what's new? Nothing's new. It's always been a lie. Nothing's new. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. Natural order says you create reality. Who are you? You create reality. So instead of falling in the trap of manufacture reality, manifest reality, what is the root word they have in common? Manufacture, manifesting. It's the manner, the manos. Manipulation, manos, the hands. You have the world in the palms of your hands. You do, I do, all of us do. And we're at the most crucial time. It's always the most crucial time, isn't it? But right now, especially, if I've ever said it before, now I'm absolutely saying it. Now is the most crucial time. It's March 3, the Trinity. Big month, especially with the 21st of March being the spring equinox. They really don't want you to know this. This is what I talked about in the Q Trump card show on Age of Truth. Go and listen to that again. My first show with Errol. That's what I talked about. The equinox points. You see the cross here? Yeah, they're taking the piss. I'm going to show you what's more important. But that's a cross. We take a circle, okay? And this is true occult knowledge. When you take a circle and you put a cross in there, you have 4 points on that circle. And you've got 4 points, don't you? 4. For the 4 equinox points. 21st of March, 21st of June, 21st of September, 21st of December. The cycle of the sun. That's really important. You know that. And especially now with the 21st of March upcoming now. It's where the new year starts. Yeah, in the natural cycle of creation. It's where the new year starts. And now I'm giving you this. Today is the 7th of March, and it just so happens that I'm doing a video again for the first time for a very long time. Seems like it's been months. Time has been really strange. It felt like ages. It's significant. I'm giving you this video at the 7th of March because I did a major action today. Oh yes. Oh yes. The 7th of March. And the 7, the significance of the 7, the magical number. 7 days a week. All right, you've got the 7 chakras, no matter what anyone thinks about the chakras. I personally do not know, but the 7 is just significant. That's all I want to talk about now. The of March, the 14th of March, spring equinox. And what's the next after the 21st? The 28th of March, the 28th of March, which just so happens to be my birthday. There's some big energetics going on here. It's pretty amazing. And I keep talking about we're taking it back. I'm here as a diplomat of Earth. I tell them how it is. Where's my contract? Where's my signature that I contracted and put my signature and my consent to World War III? That's how the diplomat of the Earth speaks. No, you don't just do war again on Earth. No. You're criminals and you're not allowed. You do not have consent from the ones who are really in charge. Because you're about to find out you're not in charge. No one of your puppets, politicians, and also not the hidden vampire empire in the background that is orchestrating all of this. You're not in charge. I do not consent to World War III. And everyone listening to this should internalize that. You do not consent, therefore, how the fuck should it happen? Everything works on consent. We're moving beyond. We're moving beyond the manufactured reality. That's how it is. So I just showed you, talked about March and the key dates, which leads up to the 7. 4 times 7 is 28, my birthday. That's what I shared with you just now. And the significance of the natural cycle of creation. It is inevitable. Humanity is about to be freed. Freedom for humanity. So in the manufactured reality, they want to show the war, the economic devastation and all that. No. You're not in charge. I don't buy into manufactured reality. That's the reality that you want me to believe in, but I don't. Why should I believe a manufactured reality that is manufactured from outside of myself when I know I create reality from inside? I don't take on from outside and create that reality that someone else wants me to create. I create reality from the inside out. That's a whole different game, isn't it? It's called sovereignty. It's called being a responsible being, sovereign being. And sovereignty is independent of everything outside of itself. Otherwise, it wouldn't be sovereign. Sovereignty, I have to say it again, because the mind control does not want you to really understand this on the deep level. Sovereignty has to be independent of everything outside of itself. Has to be. Otherwise, it wouldn't be sovereign. That's why I talk like I talk. So in my sovereignty, I am manifesting, creating reality without World War III drama. Without that. We don't need that. I'm not creating, I'm manifesting something different. So in that state of sovereignty, I'm creating that reality, and that in sovereignty has to be independent of what anyone else is doing. Has to be. And then my will is stronger than the will of the environment. Yeah, I don't buy into World War III. I don't buy into any of this. I do what I do when I need to do it. I'm just doing the right thing, no matter what, no matter when. Even when I'm exhausted, I'm sitting down, writing a notice, taking breaks in between. When it means I have to write that notice, I'm writing that notice, which I did, and pulled the trigger, stamped it, had it sent off to a man who at times acts as judge. About to read a notice from the diplomat of Earth. And I'm very proud of what I've done today. Very proud. Very proud. Very proud. Great job I did today. My will is stronger than the will of the environment. That's a principle to jot down. That's the wisdom of all the ages. My will has to be stronger than the will of the environment, and then I'm changing reality. Therefore, I can say, no, I don't do World War III. Who ever got consent? You're not fucking getting my consent. Ever, ever, ever. I'm in charge of my reality. In fact, I am the one and only my reality. And I choose to collapse the wave function of my consciousness, my observing consciousness, and anchor my being in which I am the authority. I do not consent to any reality imposition in the form of hacks, of artificial reality. I do not consent with. I command my own reality that is anchored in natural, organic reality. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is, hermetically sealed and protected. That's how you do it. Instead of the cross that I showed you there, let's talk about this. And Tony G has shared this also in the Gnostic Takeover group. Take a look at this pyramid. This is what I work with. Can you see the downward pyramid in the pyramid? Tony G will like that. You see? Do you see that here? It goes right down from here. Can you see that? There's a pyramid inside of that pyramid. Can you see? Yeah. That's what I was talking about in the Merkaba yesterday. Everything works with pyramid power. So I, as a high commander of the highest source of evolution, Stephen Wybrow, I high the freedom of for all sentient beings. It is their right to manifest that freedom. I do not consent with any World War III scenario and any scarcity-based mind control and manufacturing of reality in scarcity, because the earth is abundant, and that is the truth. I'm speaking in the name of the one and only truth that created me. The truth just is. And I give thanks to the force of the one and only highest source of evolution. I give my full gratitude to Earth. I give my full gratitude to ayahuasca. I give my full gratitude to Datura. I give my full gratitude to all of the allies. I give my full gratitude to all of the ancestors for guiding and protecting me to freedom for myself and for all of humanity, for all of mankind. The time for freedom is now, because I say so. I'm in charge. I am the authority anchored in original natural reality. Thank you. Thank you for guiding and protecting me at all times. I command the full activation of the magnetics now. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is, hermetically sealed and protected. This is doing ritual, yeah? This is ceremony. The ceremony of ayahuasca and datura never ended. So it's been a really good day today. I've been only working since Thursday. Really going deep. Still recovering from what happened the week before. And I'm really grateful for everything. You see, the involutionary force, the Wetiko, is both things at the same time. It's the deadliest poison, and it is the most healing medicine at the same time. The most healing of medicine. It depends how you perceive it. Depends how you choose to look at it. And the one thing I want to tell everyone, transcend any victimhood that you have about Wetiko. Wetiko serves the ultimate purpose of you realizing your true self. That's what it's here for. The entire dark side of the Force, our dream characters in our reality, which lead us when we empower ourselves in our true responsibility, in our true power, leads us to disconnect all the energetic ties to it and have the learning lesson as essence for us, for our growth. It's the ultimate trigger of evolution, is involution. Yeah. And that's why we're being challenged. What now? We're being challenged if we can control our minds. The archons serve as a way for the universe to test us. And to test us if we can control our own mind. That's what we're being tested. So I've got a very good heart activation going on with me right now. And I'm really, really relieved today because I've finished my work for now. Sent a notice today via post to a man who at times acts as judge. And we're getting Leonie back tomorrow because I say so. That's what's going to happen. And then we get Errol back because that's the truth. That's the reality I reside in. That's the reality I am anchored in. Yeah? All hacks have been slayed. Wetiko can't come in. I am an original reality. Natural reality. That's why I'm anchored in. I'm in command of my reality experience. And boy, was that a learning lesson. It was a massive learning lesson, and I wish to thank everyone for that learning lesson. Thank you. I want to give my full thanks to all of creation to give me that learning lesson. No matter what expression, I'm fully grateful for the learning lesson that was given to me. And I let go. I let go and let the entire crust of my former being just fall off. I'm a new being now. Let the whole crust just fall, just let it go. What a great exercise that also is, to just take a moment now and just let it go. Just let go. Let go of your former self that you can do in any moment you choose to. You can change reality in any moment. And it's been the most challenging and the hardest week I've ever been through. But I've come through it. And now I'll rest. For one day at least, I'll rest. So I just wanted to hop on and give you a little bit of an update. Because I'm about to realize that life rewards intelligence, not stupidity. I'm about to experience that life rewards intelligence, and he who dares wins. That's all I can say. I have such a great feeling, and it really means a lot to me, because for such a long time the fruits of my labor have not been seen, and we're about to see them for the first time, because I've just been working, and they always try to not have me have any success, no provable success. So you keep doubting yourself, but I've done what I had to do, and I'm really happy with it. Really happy with it. I'm at a point of equilibrium right now with my reality, with everything that is. Everything the way it is right now is good the way it is. Thank you. Thank you to the one and only source that everything is as it is. I'm thankful for the isness of this situation. Even if you're going through a hard time, I know. Give yourself the time to just be with the moment. Whatever you think your problems are that have bothered you again today, even when you listened to the meditation yesterday and you were like, oh, this is really good, and today it pulled you back into reality, and just be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. You're learning. Give yourself the space to grow. Give yourself the space to learn. We are in a learning experience. Just realize that there's no threat with you right now. There is no World War III. There is only you and the source that created you, which is one and the same. There's only one, there's only you. And there is no World War III. In fact, could it be that World War III is just a distraction from the freedom we are manifesting right now. Sink in the moment. Realize that you're at peace if you choose to. Let yourself be at peace. I'm just saying all of this to get my doubts out and slay them. Be at peace. All is good. We're changing, transforming, manifesting reality by being moral and in the truth. We're manifesting freedom. That's the way. We know the answers. We know not only the solution, but the resolution. For everything. It's time for freedom. So thank you for joining me here. Take very good care. Till next time.